What is up, guys? My name is Nick, and if you're having trouble aiming in Black Ops 6, if you're shooting at targets and then you end up going to the side of them, we're going to talk about how to adjust all that, how to fix all that, and just what settings I'm currently using in order to aim properly. Now, I made a video recently showing you guys what settings you want to use in order to play this game nicely, in order to play pretty well, and I gotta say, there's a few things, I don't know why mine always reset, it just all reset like crazy, but there's a few things that some people just clearly don't really understand, and they're arguing with me, but their points just don't make sense, and we're going to get into some of that as well. Now, first off, I just want to go ahead and tell you guys that this is probably going to be a pretty quick video. I'm just going to make it quick. I just want to get it out of the way and kind of clarify a few things that people were off about. But one thing that I really want to focus on in this video is in the aiming settings, in the advanced aiming settings. A lot of people seem to think instant is the #1 thing you need to use. It's the best in the entire game. Everybody's using it, so we got to all use it, and that's because no one really does a lot of testing on this. Instant's cool, but it doesn't really help you win gunfights. Now, guys, if you want to unlock camos faster, or you just want to get COD points cheaper and get those bundles a lot cheaper as well, make sure to use MMOEXP. I'll have it linked down in the description, and you guys can use code iDoNick to save yourself some money as well. Now, guys, if you could drop a big fat like on this video, we're gonna go for 777. It's a lucky number. If we could hit that, that would be amazing. And subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on, guys. I gotta thank you so much. We're close to 700k. You guys are awesome. Let's get into some of the best settings you could be using in Black Ops 6. So just straight up, I'm gonna show you guys a quick example with this right here. We're going to set it to gradual. That's what I recommend playing, and I'll get into why I recommend that in a moment. We're going to go over to the controller, or actually stay in the aiming, my bad. We're going to go to aiming advanced settings, and we're going to turn on the custom sensitivity per zoom. I'm going to turn it all the way down to where I could, okay? This is just for an example. Do not play this low, but I just want to show you guys right now, all right? So we currently have it on gradual, which I like a lot. So let's say this is an enemy right here. The reason we lowered it down like crazy is to show you guys that once I ADS, it automatically moves so slow. Okay, this is just an example, just what I want to show you guys. When you put it to gradual, it only slows down as you begin to ADS, not when you're fully ADS. So you can still get that fast sensitivity as you're still aiming down sights, which is really, really nice to have. Because let's say this is an enemy, but you're looking at this part of the screen. As you try to snap onto him and ADS, your ADS is going to slow down as you go into that motion. It's not going to instantly slow down. But if I were to take this right here and I was going to go to instant, it's going to drastically affect how you guys get into a gunfight. So again, this is the enemy right here. The second I press that button to ADS, even as I'm moving, it's going to automatically slow down, like right there, as you guys can see. So your aiming sensitivity, when you're aiming down sights, is going to slow down before you even hit the enemy, which means that it might start to slow down here as you're trying to snap onto him. And then if you do play with a lower sensitivity zoom, it's just not going to work out in your favor. You're gonna have to push a little harder to get to him. You're going to waste a few seconds, a few milliseconds at least, to perfectly aim at the enemy, and it's just not going to work in your favor. They're going to be able to drop you really quick, and that is why I actually recommend playing on gradual. So as you ADS, it slows down slowly until you're fully ADS. That's what I like about gradual right there. Now I'm going to go back into this. I'm going to set mine back up to 0.90, and the reason I like 0.90 and gradual and all that is because they kind of just work together nicely, but you also have to use your dead zones in order, not in order to get that to work as well. But we're going to get into that in a second. I got to correct something. I used to tell you guys play on dynamic all the time. Last night, I did like hours and hours of testing. Linear does seem to be better. And I will say you guys are absolutely right. All of you guys who commented that linear's better, you're absolutely right. I can't argue with that. I can't change that fact. It is actually better. So I used to like dynamic a lot. It's really good, especially if you're really experienced at the game. And if you're just perfect at aiming and stuff, or nearly perfect at aiming, dynamic is nice. But like most players, they're not perfect. So linear is going to work out nicer for you guys. So I'm going to recommend linear, and I'm also going to recommend putting that down. Instead of 0.80, put it down to 0.75. That's what I like right there. And it just seems to work out for me. Now, these settings right here are going to be my new ones. These are going to be the ones that I'm playing on constantly and pretty much every single day. I'm going to be testing out more things. After zoom might be nice as well, but this is something that I haven't tested much, I'll be honest with you guys. Now, in the other settings, in the controller settings here, I play on a horizontal stick sensitivity of 1.90 and a vertical of around 2.0. I would say this is probably somewhere around 8 to 10 on the regular sensitivity. I haven't checked the chart recently, but it should be somewhere around there. So I'm just going to leave it at this for now. It does seem to play nice for me, and obviously I play flipped. I'm going to tell you guys, flipped is actually worse. It might seem faster because the buttons actually have less of a time to press fully, but L2 and R2 on a PlayStation 5 controller do activate a lot faster than L1 and R1. It's milliseconds, but a few hundred milliseconds, so it is quicker. I've always played L1, R1. I like it like that. It is what it is. That's just how I play. Controller vibration, obviously off, because if your controller is vibrating, your thumb is vibrating with it, your thumb is moving in different directions, and you're going to be messing up on your right joystick. Now, if you're playing with my dead zone inputs, you can leave this on. It doesn't matter that much. I'll be honest, guys. It's not going to matter too much because with the right stick minimum at 7, which again, I tested last night, I used to tell you guys play between a 5 and a 15. I still recommend that, but at least for me, on my controller, on my current setup, I'm on a basic PlayStation 5 controller, no back paddles, nothing like that. It's a default PS5 controller, but I do play with Control Freaks, which, by the way, you guys could use code iDoNick and save yourself 10% on those, or 12%. Use code iDoNick12 and you will save 12%. That's even more. Go ahead and do that. And this one right here, if you guys look on screen at a 7, we're just going to put this higher, for example, just to show you an example here. Whatever's red, if you move your stick in this area, it doesn't activate until you get into the grayed out area. So if I'm playing here on a 7, for example, that little bit of movement right there, whenever I micro adjust or do anything on my controller, it's not going to activate, which is really good because if you set this to 0 and there is nothing here, any little adjustment that you touch on this right joystick is going to fight aim assist. The aim assist is going to work against you if you move this. Any little movement, even a millimeter, even thinner than a hairline, you're going to fight against aim assist. So that's why I recommend playing up. I wouldn't go too much higher than 7. 7 seems to be the right number, at least in my case, and it just works perfectly. The aim assist is sticky, everything is nice, everything is good. Now, triggers, I don't know why mine went back to default. I recommend 0 on this all the time and 100 on the right stick maximum because you do want the most amount that you could get with this. It might be 99, it might still be glitched, I don't know, but I'm going to set mine up to 100. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I play with Control Freak, so I get even more than what the circle shows. I could probably be out to here, which is really, really nice. You got more movement, more adjustment, more everything. And then my left stick minimum, I do play at 5. I don't know why that went up to 15. Again, all my settings, they always mess up whenever I load up this game, but this is what I like to play with here. I find this is the best for aim assist. Now, there's something else that we could go into as well that I just want to show you guys quickly, and that is over in the graphic settings on view. We're going to look at the ADS field of view right here on independent, all right? So I have it on independent. I'm aiming down. Look how his head touches the top of my sight, all right? It touches the top of it. It brings him in. He's nice, huge. He's easy to hit, all right? I'm not going to move it, and we're going to go into this, and we're going to set it to affected, and then right here, his whole body almost fits into my sight. So he's a lot harder to hit. He's a lot smaller of a target to hit. So I don't recommend that. I actually recommend going ahead and playing on independent. It's nice. And then narrow is what I play on for field of view. And this is what I want to show you guys. We're going to take this little orange box here from corner to corner all the way up. We're just going to look at it like that. I already shot it here to show you guys 2 examples. This is going to be like pretty important. All right. So now just pay attention to my barrel. So my weapon right now, we're playing on, I believe, wide. I have it on wide at the moment. We're going to put mine up to here, right covering that bullet. Okay. That bullet mark right there. This is important because I want to show you guys exactly what we're going to do. All right. So right there, the gun's moving on its own. I don't know what it's doing. We're just going to leave it. We're going to set it to narrow now. And now it's inside the box. It's not covering that bullet mark whatsoever. It's inside the box. That leaves this whole area here on my screen free to see more things on my screen as well. If you have it set to wide, for example, you're blocking more of the center of your screen. So if you're getting into a mid-range gunfight, as you guys can see, I'm looking this way right here, it's blocking the whole entire character out at 50 meters. But if I bring this down to narrow, well, now we could see fully that character at 50 meters. You can see his whole entire body right there. If I put it back to wide, just to show you guys, his body is completely blocked, and then back to narrow, you could see absolutely everything on your screen. That's why I recommend playing narrow, so you could actually just see the enemies a lot clearer. Nothing's blocking your screen. The gun is a little tighter and stuff, and just looks better in my opinion. But that's gonna be it. That's gonna be all my settings I want to show you guys today. If you could drop a like on this video, I would truly appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on. Guys, we're close to 700K, and I gotta say, like, huge thank you to you guys. I love you guys for that. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.